Hello and welcome back to the Princess K podcast show. Your host, Princess Kingsman. How are you all doing today? I hope you're having a wonderful week and a wonderful day. Okay. Anti-bullying week is coming up and it's on Monday, 10th of November, all the way through to 14th of November next month. And I won't be available that week. So I just thought I might as well record what I need to record now. Okay. I already discussed about this anti-bullying week, or this bullying issue last year, but I don't think I saved it. I don't remember saving it. Okay. Sorry, I'm just cleansing my space because there's a lot of negative people online, okay, and they are coming for me. So, but I ain't worried about them. So, in case you're asking, I use Palo Santos to cleanse my energy. Um, so those who are asking, I use Palo Santos. Okay. So as someone that I'm gonna try and keep this video short, okay? Because those who know me know I like to talk, okay? I'm not a gossip, but I like to talk, all right? So yeah, I'm posting because I feel guided to. So yeah, excuse me. So, as someone that has gone through, or as someone that has been bullied her whole life, I have been bullied my whole life, okay? I've been bullied since bullying started with my own family, okay, when I was back in Nigeria. And, it started at the age of 6. That's as early as I can remember, okay? It started at the age of 6. And, I've always had have always had issues with me, okay, because of my light and because of just, me being me, okay? I'm just authentic. I don't try to be, I can't be somebody else. Even if I try to pretend to be somebody else, it will show, okay? Because that's just me. I'm cut from a different cloth, okay? And I've struggled with bullying my whole life, okay? Um, I've been bullied in primary school, secondary school, high school, uni, job, relationships, my family. Every single person that I have met have bullied me in some way, shape, or form. And I'm not saying that I'm perfect because I'm not, but I'm not a bully. And I would never ever teach my child or anybody else to bully anyone. Okay. And I've been bullied to the point of death. Okay. I've had a group of friends before, a few years back, maybe 8, 9 years back. And this was simply because of jealousy and envy. And they did not like that I took the attention away from them. And they don't like my light. So they decided to bring a knife into a club, back in those days when I used to go clubbing. And they were planning to stab me, okay, because one of them had it in their mind that I stole or slept with their boyfriend, which was not true, okay? But she wasn't trying to have that conversation with me. I was trying to have a conversation with her. That is not true. I don't know where she got her information from, but I know where she got her information from the people I thought I could trust. And that is why I love my solitude, okay? So bullying affects people emotionally, mentally, psychologically. It affects people in every way. Don't even let me just say just those parts. It affects people in every way. And it takes the grace of God. And I'm being serious because there are some people out there now that they are not even over the bullying issue. It's still a wound. It's still a scar. It's a huge wound that is going to take a while to heal, unless you decide that you want to heal it. And it's not easy to heal. I can tell you that. It is not for everyone, because not everybody wants to do the job. It's a messy, messy, messy path to be on, a healing journey. Okay, those who know, and those who don't know, it is fine. If you want more advice on healing, on the path to be on, just email me. You know my email, or just DM me. So my daughter has had issues with bullying, and I had to pull her out from school. Okay, because the head teacher did not want to do anything, because the head teacher too is also a bully, because she hates me. Okay, the head teacher dislikes me. From the very first day that I got introduced to her, I could just tell the vibe was off, and I'm a vibe filler. And I think what the government needs to do, okay, is that they need to issue a very strong foundation of disciplinary actions, okay? And this is going to start with schools all over the world, because it's not just happening in the United Kingdom, it's everywhere, okay? They need to have a strict rule that if anyone bullies another person, all it takes is 3 strikes. 3 strikes. And that's it. Expel kids. Because when you start expelling kids and you start sending them out of schools, it's going to reflect on their reputation, their work, and everything. And another school is going to think twice before taking them in. So we need to be careful. We need to do something, because there's no point doing anti-bullying week every freaking year and they don't do shit about it. The government don't do shit. These kids are suffering. And it starts from a young age. It starts from kids. And then let's not even talk about workplace bullying. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's still going on as I'm even talking. And it's getting worse every single day. Excuse me. It's getting worse every single day. And nobody's doing anything about it. But we're going to have anti-bullying week every year in November. But we don't do shit about it. So what's the point? And this is what we're talking about, deception and illusion of the government thinking that they are doing something, but really they are not. You're making an awareness, but what are you do? What is the action behind the awareness? Is there any change being done? No, there is no change being done, because people don't give a shit. Head teachers don't give a shit. Head teachers and class teachers and even parents should be held accountable for their kids' actions. They should be held accountable, because what they say is charity begins at home. And if you want to train a kid, if you want to know how a kid behaves in the way the kid behaves, go and look at their living situation. Go and look at the mother. Go and look at the father. Because so many things that these parents say, right, in front of their kids, and kids are smart, they are intelligent. Just because they are quiet and they are looking, don't mean they are taking everything in, and they are listening and they are studying you. And these kids are going to school and uttering the same thing these parents say about other people, other cultures, other races, other countries. And this is what happens. So start from the parents. Call a meeting. Yeah? Speak to the parents. Make the parents understand, because we all know that they are there's always going to be a few parents that are going to be like, whatever, my kid doesn't believe. You can tell a bully, you can tell a parent of a bully, because most of the time, not every time, okay, most of the time, the parents of the bullies are also bullies as well. They bully their own kid in at home. They treat that child like shit, and that child comes to school and does the same thing. It's a learned behavior. Kids learn behavior and they pick it up very quickly, quicker than you think. And bullies are everywhere. Even the head teacher is a bully. The head teacher of my daughter's school, she is a bully. So, and she was not held accountable. Why? Because it's not just about white supremacy, because she is also discriminative. She's very, very discriminative, I'll have you know. Okay? And she gave my daughter a detention, even though she didn't deserve it, to spite me, to get back at me. Why? Because I stood up for my daughter and I told her that she's full of shit. She's not doing anything. And I've had to get the police involved several times because of this issue. And when she heard police, she called my number, which she has never called before. She called my number and said, oh, next time you should come to me first. I said, I did come to you first. I've left several messages with your assistant head. I've left several messages for you. I've left several messages with your assistant. I have left several messages and emails to her. But guess what? She ignores it. She knows what she's doing, and people know exactly what they are doing. So people like to bully other people because they are fucked up in the head. Because it's a learned behavior. And adults should know better. Fine if you're a kid. And most kids don't know how to stand up for themselves because they have not been taught. And if most kids stand up for themselves and start standing up to the bully, guess what? The person that stands up to the bully is the one that gets punished the most. And this comes from the head teachers and the school bodies and the school authorities. So they should be held accountable. Head teachers should be held accountable. Parents of those kids that bully should be held accountable. And there should be a meeting for all parents that if your child bullies any child in this school, all they get is 3 strikes and they are out. They are expelled. So speak to your children at home. And I can guarantee you, it's not like it's going to, magically, stop bullying completely, but it's going to reduce. That is how you're going to start doing that in schools. Then we come to workplaces with grown-up adults who bully other co-workers, who manipulate, who use them, gaslight them into using them for work. Yeah, we all know we need to work and we need to make money, but you don't need to be cruel. You don't need to be a bitch. There's a lot of bitchy people at work. I've had my fair share. I've had a new manager, for example, okay? I can't remember her name, and even if I do, I'm not going to mention her name because that's not relevant. I've had a new manager come in where I'm working and started feeling some type of way because she was insecure herself, which her insecurity had nothing to do with me, but everything to do with her. But she wanted to put me down because I used to work as a kitchen assistant. Yeah, there's nothing shameful about that. I've done every kind of work, every kind of job. I'm not going to be ashamed of that. If you want to make fun of me, good for you. Enjoy it. And she looked down on me. She was like, oh, you're just a kitchen assistant. I said, excuse me, who the hell do you think you're talking to? She's like, oh, you can't talk to me like that. I'm your manager. I said, and so? Manager doesn't mean you are God. A manager doesn't mean that you are better than me. So let me bring you down from your high horse, because we are also human beings who work. We are not lap dogs and slaves just because you are the manager. And this woman did not have no managerial experience, no managerial training. It was just basic managerial training. It wasn't, she has no people skills. And there's a lot of people out there because of someone that knows someone that knows someone that knows someone, because of connection. It's about who you know, not about what you know. That's the unfortunate thing. They will put you ahead of some people, and they will not look at their mental health, their mental state. And that's why a lot of people leave work. And some that don't have a choice, they have to go with it until they can find another work or get a business for themselves that they can do, so that they don't have to deal with that bullshit. Pardon my French. I'm going to swear a lot, so if you don't like swearing, just switch off. You don't have to watch my videos. I'm not going to be upset. I would understand. So managers, governments need to issue a freaking law against bullying. They need to actually do something about it. Not just say there's an awareness, but they are not doing shit about it. Because that bullying is getting worse every day. And they say going to work helps your mental health. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It destroys your mental health, especially when you are working with toxic people who are just pure evil and cruel. So managers need to be held accountable because they are also bullies, and also co-workers as well. They need to be held accountable. So there need to be a law in place that anyone that bullies anyone will get sacked immediately. And I can bet you majority of people, not all, because there will still be some people who are stubborn. There will always be that one person that is stubborn. That bullying will reduce because they don't want to lose their job. So they are not going to. Even gossips, negative gossips and all of that, it will stop in a workplace. Because I used to work in a care home years ago, and I used to do night shifts. And there was a place where I worked where I was doing one-to-one, okay, with a fellow dementia patient. And it was not my first rodeo, okay? I've been doing this for years. And the chair was facing the patient, okay? And I was just watching the patient as per usual, when the patient is asleep, obviously check my phone, make sure I don't have any important messages or calls, as my daughter was still young then. So I put my phone away and I just finished attending to the patient, okay? Because they needed something like water or something. And this lady, she knows I work there, okay? Her skin color doesn't even matter, but she was white, okay? And she came through, she just peeped through. She didn't look complete, she didn't come in. She just peeped through and said, "Oh, I am sleeping." You know what she did? She went and told the nurse on duty on that night, okay, the senior nurse on duty, that, "Oh, so and so is asleep." I was like, "What?" And then the nurse came to me and said, "Oh, this, I was told by somebody that you were sleeping." I was like, "No, I'm not. I'm wide awake." And this is how people do to try and get you into trouble. And everybody has experience of that, I'm sure. Skin color is not the issue. I'm trying to make a point here. That people are just cruel. They are just looking. The amount of times where people have tried to, my co-workers have tried to set me up simply because they feel insecure, okay, which has nothing to do with me. They just don't like you. And there's a lot of people like that where whether you have a big light or you don't, people just don't like you. And it's because they don't like themselves. They hate themselves. So they are looking for ways to destroy people's lives because their life is destroyed. So they want to destroy other people's lives because misery loves company. When you are miserable, you would want other people to be miserable. It's only natural. And when you are happy and joyful, you will only want another person to be joyful. You don't want them to be sad. You will never see a sane person going around trying to destroy people's lives. No, that's what toxic people do. That's what people that are messed up in the head, they can't process their feelings, they can't sit with themselves, they can't be alone to think, okay, what am I doing wrong? To take some accountability and face themselves. No, 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 no. It has to be somebody else's fault. So there should be laws in place in workplaces that things like that should be reduced. I know that you cannot get rid of it completely, but it can be reduced and it can make the workplace more conducive for other people who really love their jobs and who just want to work and get out of there. They are not looking for friends. It's not by force that we have to be friends. It's not by force that you have to talk to people and bring your personal life to work. Nobody gives a shit. I'm only saying what everyone is thinking. Nobody gives a shit. Good morning. Oh, hi. Oh, are you okay? I'm fine, thank you. Maybe the person, woke up on the wrong side of the, or they are just tired, or they're just going through things in their life, and they just want to work, and they don't want to talk. Talk. It's nothing personal, but a lot of people take it personally, like, oh, who the hell does she think she's being cocky? She's being snobbish. She just doesn't want to talk. He doesn't want to talk. It's nothing personal. And because people don't know how to leave their shit at home, they bring their shit to work and they want to spread their shit everywhere. You should know the balance to keep your personal life at home. Don't bring it to work because people will gossip. If you don't want people to gossip about you, don't expose your personal life. And even if you don't expose your personal life, they will still talk anyway. People will still talk because that's what people do. People stand undefeated. People will always be people. I'm telling you, you cannot change that aspect. Yeah? People will always be people. So there should be laws in place. Now, as for relationships and families, you should be able to spot a bully. All of these things is online. It's on Google. You can research what a bully does, how a bully manipulates you, gaslights you, tries to get in your head, tries to make you feel small. All of that, manipulation tactics, it is all on Google. Just research it. Because when you research it, when somebody is trying to do that to you, you will be able to pick it up and nip it in the bud and end it like, listen, with all due respect, if you're speaking to an older person or someone your age, do not ever speak to me like that in that tone. And if they tell you, if I say that and if I do this, what are you going to do? Because I'm like, I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to fight you because I'm not going to stoop so low. Because this is what bullies want. They want to get a reaction out of you. They want to get a rise out of you because they want power over your emotions. They want power over you. Don't give it to them. Don't you dare fucking give bullies power over you. Don't you fucking dare. Because they don't fucking deserve it. People who want to control you, they just want to use you and discard of you. So you should be able to stand up for yourself. Stand up to bullies. Don't allow anybody to bully you. No, 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 no. Because no matter how beautiful or handsome a person is, your character is like a pregnancy. You can only hide it for so long. It will show. And secondly, you are more ugly. You are ugly when your character stinks. And everybody cannot stand being around you. You are ugly. Ideally, nobody is ugly. But the definition of ugliness is character. When you have an amazing character, a beautiful, kind character, I'm telling you, you will meet bad people and you also meet good people. You just have to know the difference. This is why I say go on Google, do your own research, or use a different search agent, the ones that you're comfortable with. Research this, study it, stand up to bullying, because everybody does it. It's not just in schools. That's why I mentioned it starts at school. It's a learned behavior. Even a fellow student of my daughter that is also from the same country, also the same skin color, also tried to bully her before I stopped it. So it's not always about skin color. It's not always about discrimination, even though sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. You need to recognize that. And I'm a very highly observant person. Do you know how many kids kill themselves every day, every week, every month because of bullying? Do you know how many adults take their life because of bullying? At workplace, even in marriages, families, relationships, do you know how many? So we need to find a way to reduce it, because I know that it cannot completely be erased, because there will always be people who are just evil and cruel. You need to accept that. There are just always going to be evil people in this world who are going to be cruel. You need to accept it, that they are evil people in this world. But what we need to do is that you need to up your protection and speak to Source and ask Source to protect you from evil people and evil circumstances and evil energy. That's all you need to do. You can do that in your own way, in whichever way that you can. But the best thing to do is to stand up to a bully. When you stand up to a bully, they will think before they come and bully you again, because they know that it will not work. And bullies always choose who to bully. Do you understand? Bullies choose who to bully. They prey on the weak and the vulnerable. Being vulnerable is not a bad thing, okay? And nobody is weak. It just depends on what you think about yourself. Nobody is weak. It is okay to cry. It is okay to be sad. It is okay to feel lonely. It is okay to feel unwanted. But you have to validate yourself. Don't wait for someone to validate you. Don't wait for someone to love you, because I'm telling you, nobody will love you better and more than you love yourself. That's a fact. I can beat my chest on that. That nobody can love you better than you love yourself. And of course, not forgetting, nobody can love you better than Source itself, which you call God. Nobody. So if you are waiting for that love to come from a human being, some people target people that are looking for love. They pray. They target people that are vulnerable, that are looking for love, that have low self-esteem. They are looking for people like that because they know that that's a perfect victim. And when my exes and when my families and ex-friends came for me, they thought because the first thing I showed was kindness, they thought, this one will be an easy target. This one is an easy target. This one is weak. This one is very kind, very, very susceptible. We can fuck this one up. My ex tried to break me emotionally by bullying me. Like literally tried to break me mentally, physically, psychologically, and emotionally. Because he was broken. He was cold. And he wanted me to be the same as him. So I I would stay in a low vibrational state. Even when I was in a low vibrational state, I was still a kind person. I had my toxic ways, yes, but I was very kind to a fault. A lot of people thought that I was dumb because I am kind. Because that is what I showed first. Because I'm kind. That is who I am. But test me and you will see a different bitch. Because when you poke the bear long enough, because these people, they have always been poking the bear. When you poke the bear long enough, it is not the bear that will answer you. It will be a lion. It will be a snake. It will be a black panther. It will be someone that you don't even understand, that you will run, or better still, you will piss yourself if I respond. And I know how my anger is. My anger is like a hot lava volcano. And it's not like I get violent. I'm not a violent person, and I'm not physical altercation kind of person. I have never fought a day in my life. Go and ask people that have known me, unless they want to lie. I have never physically fought anyone in my life. That one I can beat my chest and say. So, bullying is everywhere. And I know you understand what I mean, because almost, let's say 90% of the population, okay, if not everyone, have had some experience of bullying. Because people have a problem with themselves. They hate, if you know how much people hate themselves, if you know how much people, they detest, they resent themselves, if you know how much they do, then you will not be worried if anyone does not like you. You will not be worried though. Do not be worried. If people don't like you, guess what? They don't like themselves. Unless, okay, which is one exception, unless you yourself are not a nice person. Okay, unless you're not a nice person. But if you know deep down in your heart, at your core, that you are kind and you are loving and you are authentic, yeah, then you know that people don't like themselves. I cannot stress this enough. There is a lot of people that hate themselves. So it is easy for them to hate people. You know them happiness haters? Yes. They hate themselves so much. Oh, they feel sick to their stomach when they see someone love themselves. They be like, F you. And you're loving yourself. Whatever. And the thing with jealous and envious people and bullies is you can almost see it in their face if you are very, very self-conscious. I mean, sorry, not self-conscious. If you are very, very self-aware and you pick up on facial expressions, you could almost see the jealousy in their face. Like, there was one time I was dropping my daughter at school. Okay, I'm fast spent already. Okay, give me a few more minutes. There was a time I was dropping dropping my daughter at school in the morning. Okay, before I took her out of school. So the head teacher was at the gate. Okay, which most of the time she is, not every time. So she stood at the gate, and I was wearing something nice. I can't remember. I was wearing white or something like that. And the way, I think it was my daughter that picked it up, although I kind of saw it at the corner of my eye, but I didn't really want to pay attention. I was just like, oh, F off. Nobody gives a shit about you, bitch. Go sit down. Okay. So she gave me one dirty look, and my daughter described it to a T. She gave me one dirty look like this, like you could almost tell in her eyes, like she was like this. And I was like, ah. I was like, oh my God. And that woman is supposed to be the head teacher. So what does that tell you? And then I found out that when my daughter left school, I found out from other mothers, okay, that they don't like her. They don't fucking like her. Okay? But because not every mother has the time, which I understand, there's no judgment. Not every mother has the time to train their kids. I mean, homeschool their kids, because I homeschool my kid myself. Yes, I do that. I homeschool my kid myself. It's not that hard. Not really. If you do your research, it's not that hard. It's actually quite simple. You just need to have a little bit of time on your schedule. And I remember one of my exes were like, it was making fun of me. And he was saying, oh, I mean, since you homeschool your child now, I can even bring my children to your house and you can teach them. He was making fun of me. That's an insult disguised as a joke. And this is what this guy does. And people, he only said that because he's jealous. He's a jealous freak. Okay? And from my previous video, I know you know who I'm talking about. I'm not going to mention his name because again, he's not relevant. Because as we speak, he's trying to find a way. Because I closed the cycle with him. I don't want to have anything to do with him. No hard feelings. I don't hate him. I just want him to leave me the fuck alone. And this is a message from people from my past, people who used to know me. If you are thinking about coming back into my life to come and play in my face, don't bother. Because I already see you coming from a mile away. Don't bother. Stay where you are. Don't bother to apologize because we all know it's not genuine. I know it's not genuine and you know it's not genuine. So don't bother apologizing. I already forgave you. You don't need to apologize. I've forgiven you. Bygones be bygones. On to the next. Forward movement. So don't come for me. Don't come for me. And this is also a message to a group, a community of people who have been coming for me for a long time. Karma is already dealing with them. Because they won't listen. Because they've been warned. Back the fuck off. No. I am not going to back off. I am going to continue trying to fuck with this girl's life. Okay. I'm not even going to try and fight you on it. All of you can send me all the attacks you want. Beauty magic, beauty spells, mirror magic, mental magic, death magic, love spells. You can try everything. Nothing will work on me. That's a fact. And they know it doesn't work. Oh, they absolutely know because they've been trying to do the same shit over and over again, trying to get a different result. It doesn't work with me. I've drifted off topic, sorry. But we are still on the topic of bullying. So take it from someone who has been severely bullied her whole life. When I mean severely bullied, I mean every single person I ever met in my life, every single person I ever met in my life has always bullied me in some way, shape, or form, either subtle or loud, but they've bullied me in some way, shape, or form. So if you want to come and try and bully me, I will not be available for that because I will just be looking at you. I don't have time. Because people like that will want to try to get a rise out of you. Trying to make you react. So that they can be like, see, I told you. She's crazy. I told you she's this, she's that. I don't care. And those who still spread gossip and rumors because they cannot accept, they cannot process in their small mind that I am not the same person I used to be. I changed because I want to change. And because pain made me change. Because a lot of people put me in that position to not trust people. Because every single person, at least 80%, 90% of the population that are kind and nice to you, they have a hidden agenda. Before you find somebody that does not have a hidden agenda, that just does things without expecting anything in return, you will look. Not that they don't exist, but they are very rare. They are rare. They will love you for life. For life. That's the kind of people that you should be around. Don't be around people who are insecure, who just want to break you just for the fun of it, because they enjoy it. Sorry about my camera movement. Just because they enjoy it and, they get a high out of it. There are people in this world that they get a high off bullying people. Yeah, they do. They get a high off of it. It's like taking drug. People get a high of trying to control people. They get a high of trying to control people's emotions. They get a high of trying to have power over them. They want to have power. Anyone that tries to control you or have power over you, they don't have power in their own life and they can't control their own selves. They have no control in their own life, so they try and control somebody else. Anyone that tries to force their own opinion on you, that person has a problem. You should know that. You pick it up. So, I believe personally that if bullying is tackled in this way, we can make a real change, a difference. We may not be able to change everything completely, but we can make a difference. We can make an impact on kids who come home every day feeling sad, feeling like they don't want to be alive anymore. That's a serious thing. And there are parents who do it to other parents too as well. There are parents who also bully their own kids, like mine did. May her soul rest in peace. My mom bullied me my whole life. Let's make that clear. Despite the fact that I loved her, there were moments, very small moments, where she showed that she loved me, but it was not genuine. And she would switch. She bullied me mentally, physically, psychologically, and spiritually. She bullied me in every aspect. So did my dad, and so did my brother. So believe me when I tell you, I understand those that have been bullied. It's a deep, deep wound that affects your image and your self-esteem. It does. And I will be damned if I allow any fucking bastard to bully my child. That person is in trouble. And those people that bullied my child in that school, they will pay for it. Every single one of them that were involved, they will fucking pay. Because they made my baby girl cry. And nobody makes her cry. Nobody. Because they will also cry. But it will be 10 times fucking worse. That's why you have to be careful throwing stones at people. Those that live in a glass house, don't throw stones. Because don't forget that you also live in a glass house. Because that's the problem with people. When they throw stones at people who they see that have a glass house, they forget that they also live in a glass house. That stone they are throwing will also come back to you. But it will come back when you least expect it. So watch yourself. And this is for those bullies that are on my page commenting. I will delete your comments. I will not reply. Do you think I have time for you? I don't have time for you. Because you are just petty and I don't have time for pettiness. I'm just going to delete you and block you. You come back with a fake profile again, I will delete you and block you. I will continue doing that. So continue what you're doing, because I don't give a shit. And anybody that's trying to force their way back into my life, you are deceiving yourself, because you will not. I will not allow you. There is no space for anybody who just wants to come and fucking deceive me and act like they like me. No, I can see through your bullshit. I can see through your mask. Stop pretending. We both know you don't like me. So if you don't like me, stay the fuck away from me. Don't come and try and be pretending like, oh, I'm sorry about what I did. Because there are some people who have tried that recently. I'm sorry for what I did. Me and you, we were never fighting in the first place. Da. It's all bullshit. She don't believe it. I don't believe it. So my message is stand up for yourself and teach your kids to stand up for themselves, because it is important. It will go a long way. A long way. Because mine was worse. My daughter was worse because they tried to set her up for stealing something that she did not steal. That's another form of bullying. See, these kids, they learn very well. Where do you think they learn it from? It's not just from friends and other kids, no. They learn it from home. Because when parents do things like that, they think their children is not watching. Oh, they are watching. So watch yourself. Watch what you do. Watch what you say in front of your child. Because your child will go and repeat that. And if you don't teach your child some morals and some laws about life, that what you do unto others will be done unto you, kids will bully and they will do other things that are nasty. So you have to be self-aware. You have to be conscious. Teach your kids to love themselves and teach your kids to stand up for themselves. I'm not talking about violence. I'm talking about teaching your kids to stand up for themselves so that other bullies will not have power over them. So thank you so much for listening. I know that I said I was going to try and make it short, but this is like 47 minutes. So, because you all know that I like to talk. So, I apologize if I took some of your time. I know that some people will not have patience to listen to like the whole video, which is fine. I'm not offended because I will probably get bored and scroll. So, no hard feelings, okay? But thank you so much for those who did stay to watch the whole video. I appreciate you and I do love you. Okay. Have a wonderful day. And this video is going to be uploaded on YouTube because TikTok messes up at times, and so does Instagram and Facebook. So you will always find my videos on YouTube. Okay. Thank you so much for listening. I love you always, and God bless. Goodbye.